Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gordon Frayne. We are back with another video. Today we're looking at ONDO Finance, one of the leading tokens in the real world asset tokenization narrative. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to give it a thumbs up below, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and you've got a completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin linked below this video in the description. My gift to you. Grab it below and let's talk about ONDO. So I made a video a couple weeks ago about ONDO and an updated price prediction, and we have seen ONDO continue making moves to the upside, and now we've actually broken back above the $1 mark. We're currently sitting at $1.05, and we're continuing to move higher. You can see since these 7th of April lows, we're up about 58% for the price of ONDO in a 27-day period. So some pretty nice price action happening here over the past 3 to 4 weeks. And what I'm really looking for is for ONDO to move on here to try and retest this 200-day simple moving average and get back above it. You can see the last time ONDO made a move and broke above the 200-day simple moving average, it continued on to make an additional 145% move to the upside. So I think if we can do something similar and get back above that 200-day simple moving average, we could be moving into a phase where ONDO can make a much larger move and possibly even go on to retest these previous all-time highs around $2.14. Of course, nothing in this video is financial advice, guys. Always do your own research. Make sure to check out what's going on with every project from a fundamental perspective, as well as what's going on here on the chart, because we saw ONDO's biggest competitor, Mantra Ohm, have a disaster of a liquidity event here a few weeks ago. On the 13th of April, we saw a complete liquidation event triggering across multiple centralized exchanges, and the price of Mantra dropping from $6.30 here all the way down to about 65 cents, and we've moved even lower here over the course of the past couple of weeks, down from 80 cents all the way to 46 cents, where we're sitting at today. So again, I was watching this price action for ONDO over the past year and a half, 2 years, and ultimately, for me, this increase in price here that we went on for ONDO was a crazy surge in price action. And you can see, up 1,000% here in a 171-day period. If we zoom out even further on the chart and go back all the way to, even just the beginning of 2024, you're looking at increases of 17,000% for the price of Mantra, and essentially Mantra giving all of that back here with this liquidation event. So this increase in price looked almost suspicious to me on the way up. I never had any exposure to Mantra Ohm, but that price action to the upside looked somewhat suspicious. I know the founder JP is already out talking about the project, defending Mantra and saying that they're here to weather the storm. But, this particular price action and liquidation event is definitely damaging for the brand of Mantra. If we think about what happens for ONDO from here, I do think it is poised to essentially be the leading real world asset tokenization narrative for the rest of this cycle. We know they have huge amounts of adoption from institutions like BlackRock using ONDO to tokenize real world assets with tokenized US Treasuries on chain with the BlackRock Biddle Fund. You can see here just how much this has been increasing, even in the past couple of months alone, going all the way back. This is just over a year worth of data for the BlackRock Biddle Fund, but essentially we've gone from $40 million in US tokenized treasuries for the BlackRock Biddle Fund in March of 2024, all the way to where we're at today, just under $3 billion in tokenized US treasuries in the BlackRock Biddle Fund. And yes, they are using ONDO to execute on this. ONDO is the second largest protocol when it comes to the amount of US tokenized treasuries on chain. I think that bodes well for ONDO now and into the future for the remainder of this cycle, especially now that we're seeing Ethereum making a bigger move to the upside. Remember, the vast majority of real world asset tokenization and US treasury tokenization is happening on Ethereum. Okay, now that we see Ethereum, if we jump back to the chart here, Ethereum making a move up to 2476, just under 2500 as we're speaking. And again, I think this bodes well for ONDO and the real world asset tokenization narrative in general, because we're going to see ETH potentially leading the charge for a bit of an altcoin season. Okay, ETH is now beginning to outperform Bitcoin. Okay, if we bring up the ETH BTC chart that we've been looking at for a long time on the channel here, we have seen ETH making a bigger move to the upside against Bitcoin. If we zoom out to the weekly chart here, we know ETH has been significantly underperforming Bitcoin for the past couple of years, with all of this price action movement to the downside, and finally looking now like we're getting a little bit of a bounce here, given that we came all the way down to this support level around the 0.11 area on the ratio chart, which has support going all the way back here to December of 2019. So we came all the way down to retest support that hadn't really been tested since this time, or 5.5, 6 years ago, and now we're finally actually getting a bit of a bounce. Ethereum is starting to wake up and make a move, and I think this bodes well for real world asset and the tokenization narrative around that over the coming months, because ETH makes up the largest amount of mindshare there and what's actually happening from an on-chain perspective, and ONDO is one of the leading protocols when it comes to real world asset tokenization. So interesting stuff happening with ONDO, guys. Again, you can come on over and check out ONDO's website yourself. Again, they've got their own Flux protocol with their own stablecoin. They're creating the ability for people to do lending and borrowing with Flux as well. So very exciting stuff happening in terms of adoption, in terms of what ONDO are building. And they already have such an amazing partnership with BlackRock that I can only see upside potential from here. So again, this is not financial advice, guys. Just wrapping things up, we've moved to $1.06, and you can see that we're moving on to try and hopefully retest this 200-day simple moving average. It's great that we've got back above this resistance at around that $1 mark. You can see yesterday's candle closed slightly above that. We're bouncing and moving even higher on today's daily candle. Let's try get back above the 200-day, and then I think we need to move on to test around $1.19, $1.20 to get back up above that level of resistance before continuing on higher. Things are looking up. Bitcoin is back above $103,000. So ONDO and the rest of these altcoins are beginning to outperform Bitcoin on a percentage basis. If we look at the total 3 chart, you can see that with everything outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum on the total 3 also getting back up above the 200-day simple moving average. Things are looking and lining up nicely for altcoins over the coming weeks. Bitcoin dominance also breaking down. You can see that, and last time we had a mini altcoin rally was when Bitcoin dominance broke down here in November of 2024. So things are looking good for ONDO. I did an updated price prediction just a couple of weeks ago on the channel. I will leave a link at the top of the screen for that video so you guys can check that out for yourself. And again, if you're interested in learning how you can make passive income with crypto using decentralized finance, I'm helping a whole bunch of clients over in the UIG investor group. Check out the link in the description below this video. If you want to take back control of your financial future, check out the UIG. Again, if you want a discount code for joining, comment below this video. I will give you a specific discount code so you can get a discount on your first month of access. And even if you don't want to pay, there is a completely free course for you to learn about DeFi, how you can provide liquidity on Ethereum, on Solana, on Sui, on these different networks, generate yield, and earn passive income. Again, today's video is also sponsored by Femex, the most efficient crypto trading and investment platform. I'm leaving a link for Femex in the description below this video. The ONDO token is available for purchase and trading over on Femex. Again, proceed with caution, guys. This is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Check out ONDO over on Femex if you want. That's it for today's video. If you got any value at all, guys, I would love if you could drop a simple thumbs up on the video. It costs you nothing. It means the world. It helps with the algorithm and spreading the good word. So please drop a thumbs up if you got any value out of today's video. Hit subscribe, hit that bell notification icon. And again, you've got a completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin waiting for you below this video. Grab it now in the description, and we'll catch you in the next one.